And there we go. Woo, woo, woo. It's Ilva and Celeste. It's Ilva and Celeste. It's Ilva and Celeste. Hey, Celeste.
I wish I was there to hug your neck and give you a fat kiss.
Mwah. Yes, girl. Yes, 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 yes,
So
yes.
excited.
Excited to be here. Woo, woo, woo.
I know. So, hey, everybody, it's Ilva and Celeste. Today, we're going to talk about, what is it? Priority list? Is that what we're talking about today?
Your priority list.
Your priority list. Man, another good topic in Ilva and Celeste. So,
What's on your priority list?
huh?
What's on your priority list? Your
Exactly.
priority list.
What is on your list? Because that's going to determine, you know, if it's goals or New Year's resolutions or whatever, you know, you looking forward to. Your priority list determines all of that. So I love this because you can have different type of priority lists. Like everything is number one, right, on your list. Like everything is important.
Now, when it comes to people and stuff like that, who should be on your priority list?
Exactly. Who should be on your priority list? And when it comes to, you know, like, because I thought about this, I think I probably talked about it too. I can't remember. But I remember sharing that you can have different type of lists too. That way that'll avoid and keep you from, I guess, not paying attention to other things that are also important. So you can have, you know, a list for this, a list for that. But when it comes to, you know, the things that are most important, like what is priority, you know, is it God first, you know, then husband, then kids, you know, then career, like, what is it? I like this because this could be like a controversial topic. It could be a topic that, you know, everybody's priority list is going to be different. And it doesn't mean that, you know, you care less about something, you know, because it's number one on Ilva's list, you know, that may be the last thing on my list, and that's okay. But as long as it works for you, right? Is that what we're saying? Okay.
Yeah, well, you know, not to make it controversial because it's not about none of that. It's
Okay.
basically you should be your number one in your priority list. You
Right.
should, you know, and it's not because of selfishness. We
Mhm.
always say that when it comes to the self-care, right? We're talking about because when you do you, and we're not talking about do you by Felicia. We forget the spouses, the kids. We're not talking about that. We're talking about like if you know that you need attending to because of X, Y, and Z, you know, then you should take care of that because once you take care of that, you know, then you're gonna be a better everything. And we always say that when it comes to like self-care. So again, like you're saying, the list could be huge, and you know, we're talking about, you know, from the whatever it may be, because no one else is gonna put you first. And
Right.
and again, it's all in a balance. So please do not take anything out of context. It's not controversial. We're not saying anything. It's just simple as to you should always also put yourself in the priority list because you are a priority, you know, you
Right.
are, you know, and everything. So we just seem to think that, oh, Celeste is a priority, the kids are a priority, the work is a priority, the this and that and that and that, but you seem to put yourself down somewhere.
Right.
And you know, right there, everybody gives you, and I think we've used that example with the plane, put your oxygen, then the kid. Well, there's a reason for that, right? Because
Right.
then if you are not well taken care of in all that matters to you personally, you know, and we're not talking about again not only your self-care but everything else around you, then you're not going to be able to take care about everybody else. So your priorities, you know, it's like, you know, it is really important because, you know, like you said, it changes and you have different priority lists and stuff like that. But as long as you are there, not to forget that you have to be there as well, because,
Right.
you know, right, you matter and everything. So, you know, priority list, it all depends. It changes. It's just like a house. It could be the same house, it could be decorated completely different, but it doesn't make one better than the other. You know,
Right.
it
Right.
it serves the purpose of things. So it just that, you know, just a reminder. Always
Right.
put in the priority list.
Yeah, that's good. And so last night we had the sisterhood chat with Camouflage Sister. Lila every month does a sisterhood chat. And that's exactly what she was talking about, with the time change, with, everybody having different transition, kids getting ready to graduate from high school, from colleges, people are retiring because there's active duty and, retirees in that group. And so that's what she was telling us, like reminding us, it's good. We out here, we grinding, we got all these accomplishments, work, 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 work. Cause that's us too, right? Like we're putting, our passions and, making that a priority, but then even still, put you in front of your passions because it can overtake you. And I find myself in that position sometimes too. Like, oh my God, there's Ilva Celeste, there's 21 Days of Positive Living, there's Camouflage Sisters, there's, Janet, like, like I feel, so much pressure sometimes. And then I have to remind myself, like, okay, it's time to put all of that aside and work on Celeste, because if Celeste is not mentally stable, then to hell, all those other stuff will go. Like, like I'm not going to work on anything, and I'm not going to be, present, on Ilva Celeste. I'm not going to be present in 21 days. I'm not going to be present in Camouflage. So like, there are times where you have to like take a step back. Like it's okay to take a break. So
right. Yeah. Well, when in your priority list, your goals and your dreams take over your responsibility, then that's also a difference. Again, when I'm not saying that there shouldn't be any dreams or any goals, because yes, that's what we thrive on, and yay for that. However, responsibility always comes first. Because once you take and we're not talking about my responsibility at this and then just concentrate, let's put this aside. We're talking about if you put those over responsibility over, again, it's that balance, because your responsibility first is you. You are responsible for you. I'm not responsible for Celeste. Yes, she is my business. Anything goes wrong with her, I'm like, hey, girl, what's going on? I have to make it my business to lift her, to be there, listen, and all that, because she's my responsibility, like that. But when I put myself in the priority list as my own responsibility as to, okay, so when Celeste is down, then at least I'm able to lift, and then when I'm down, she's able to lift, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, because when you do that and you find those days that you just like, then it's like, okay, here comes the other sister and lifts you and all that, because of responsibility. Again, we're not giving away, we're going to put Ilva Celeste on hold. No, it just, when you take care of the responsibility personal, everything else around you flourishes, because you already took care of what your responsibility, which is really, really important. Does that make sense? So it's kind of like, if you don't eat, you don't eat, you don't eat, and you eventually going to die. So you got to feed yourself good, this and that and that. So everything around you that you want to reach, your goals and everything like that, you have that energy to just go and do what you got to do. So like, that's what I mean by responsibility. Just be, your priority list. Remember, you are a priority.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. So I've been watching this show. I'm not going to say the name of it, but I've been watching this show, and I think it's like 4 seasons. So I finally finished the last season last night, because the new one's going to be coming up. So I just been binge watching like the whole time. But anyway, on the show, it was a couple, and they both like just work. They had their careers. Their dating life has just been like a roller coaster. They haven't found like, the person for them, because they're always into their work. So finally 2 people meet, and they have like the same priorities. And what are their priorities? Career and finances. So like both finances are in check, both careers are in check. And now they realize that, oh my God, like I've always put, work and my finances first. That's on hold. But here I am 40, and I'm not married. Both of the guy and the woman, like they're both just like, like, wow, what do I do? And they've been dating, but they haven't realized that, they've even found someone so compatible in their life, because it's always work and finances. So, they come to the realization that, oh my God, here I am 40. I'm not married. No kids. Like,
Yeah.
how about we get married? So it ended with him proposing. And I cannot wait until the next season to see. But I said all that to say, that was okay. For their priority was their work. Their priority was their career, was their finances. Family was like on hold. When it comes to like their immediate family, their parents, their siblings, like they had that relationship intact, but kids and a husband and a spouse was just on the back burner. So I said all that to say it's okay, like, because sometimes I know us as women too, like we feel bad about that. We feel like, we're supposed to be married and, already a nice house and everything by a certain age. And it's okay. Like
Right.
it happens in real life too. If work is your priority, that's okay. If school is your priority, that's okay. Everything else will come in good timing. But, you have to look at your situation, look at your life, and then make that priority. That, to me, it makes it easier when you know what your priorities are, and, in that situation, that's still them putting themselves first because you have to, like, work.
Right.
Nothing is
Right.
going to bring you joy until you figure out what brings you joy. So love this topic.
Right.
I feel like, Ilva, if you put yourself first, then everything else is going to like fall in place, if you put yourself first.
Right. But like, like you're saying, priority list, right? Some women, and it's exactly that. You don't need to have it or a certain age or whatever. No, we don't live like that. That you are labeled because you have a spouse and your kids. And no, those don't make you. You are your own person, And a lot of, you put yourself priority list means that, at least you decided, you know what, I'm gonna finish my school, I'm gonna hold up on the spouse and the kids and all that. And then you're like, okay, you're doing you. You decided this is what I'm gonna do with my career. You go after it, yay. There you go. And everything like that. And then it comes to the point that priority list, no, you still first, but now what else is gonna add to whatever you like?
Right.
Because you're always thinking of that. You're always thinking of something. Some women may not want, the kids, whatever, and that is fun and dandy,
Yeah.
and everything, because you don't need that to determine who you are and everything, but you're still going to whatever it is, your priority list and whatever is in there, it's you. And then what goes after those, what's important to you. But the point is that is you. You're not replacing anyone with anything else or anyone else to just fulfill you, because you have to be complete. In order to be anything else, you have to be complete. And I mean, I'm gonna be 45 years old next month and everything like that, and still things, okay, that gets there because it changes as time go by. My priority list is not the same now as it was when I was 20 or 25 or 30.
Right.
It changes, but it still is what, like Celeste is saying, what brings you joy. Because when you find joy, then you are able to spread the cheer, like in the holidays, what I mean? All through, you spread the cheer, because when you don't find when you don't find joy within you, what you do and everything, you're like barking at everyone because it's everyone's fault. And especially when you see them, their priority list going to what they went for, what they wanted, what brings them joy, and then you just get mad,
Yeah.
So
Right. That is
yeah,
very true. I love that.
me too. I like it.
I know. Ilva has been, let me tell y'all, Ilva has been on it with the topics these past, 6 weeks, I guess it's been, I don't know, since, the rest of March and this month. She has come up with these topics and I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So, and they really help, soon we're going to have to go back and listen to these videos for volume 2.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to going back because they always help me. Like I'm telling y'all, this is for us. It helps us probably more than it helps us to do public speaking or whatever.
Yeah, not because we have it together. It's because we need to get it together. So we like to put it out there.
Exactly. So this was good.
So.
We have some very exciting news coming up really soon. I don't know, whenever Ilva and I decide to just put it out there today or tomorrow or whenever. What is today? Today is Friday, right?
Friday.
Yes. So a little deviation Friday talk on the red couch. But yeah,
Yeah, because yesterday was crazy, and earlier today was
I know,
crazier.
yesterday was like, ooh, I've been in a blizzard all week. This is nuts. But anyway, thank you all for listening. That is all I have. Priority list. If you on that list first, then everything else is gonna fall on the list. You know, whatever list it makes,
Yes,
make your list and yeah, live happily ever
do
after
that.
with that list.
There you go.
All right. So see you all next Thursday on the red couch. Bye.